All right. Hopefully this time we are actually all right. Okay. Hopefully this time we actually have good audio. I had a little problem yesterday when I did this stream. Initially, OBS has layers upon layers upon layers of settings, and I had one of them set to disabled, so that's why there was no audio yesterday. So this is the PA-46-M500, the Piper Turboprop, the old Meridian, Malibu, Mirage, upgraded with a turbojet. Turboprop. Here's the external view. This is a real paint job, by the way. I found the actual plane that this paint job's based off of. But you've got your covers and your pitot covers, your chocks tie downs. It's got this cool shade over it. If there's standing snow on the ground, there's even snow on the aircraft. It's got de-icing, boots, the prop. There's a section on the windscreen and all that. I don't want this to be too long since I already did one yesterday, so I'll try not to ramble too much. So to get rid of all the screen and the plugs and everything, we come down here to our tablet. Now the tablet you can mount up here on the glass, and you can have it in landscape or portrait, or if you click the book, which is on both sides, you just get the 2D version. This is where you can turn off your covers, tie downs, all that stuff. On the payload screen, here's where you set your passenger weights, your fuel, your baggage is down here, and it's got all your limits and everything there. Options, you can turn on and off your yoke. Here's an easy way to mount your tablet. Like I said, you can set it to landscape. Turn that back off. You can open up your various doors, which is always cool to be able to see the engines. There's the interior, one of the pillows. It's kind of neat too. If you come in here, you can close this sunshade. You can close them individually. And then when you go outside, you'll see that, it reflects that. So that's pretty cool. You can turn off the pillows. The cockpit shade inside is a sunshade, like in your car, which is pretty cool. Turn that back off. Kill objects for if you got a lower end computer, I haven't clicked that yet, but it turns off a lot of stuff. Also on the skins, on the paint jobs, he has these are 4K skins, and it includes 2K versions of them. So if you do have a little bit of a lower end machine, you can use those lower res skins. All right, let's get back to this here. Let's close these up before I forget. Systems, this is kind of like in some of the like the A-to-A Comanche that shows the engine cycling and the spark plugs firing. This will show when all these are activated, your alternator, generator, and the connection to the bus and what they're powering. This is cool. It's got a little bit of a persistent model to it. For your engine condition, you can repair it. You can top off your oil. The oil will degrade over time. Hydraulics, it's even got your tire pressure down here, and the condition of the brakes, and you can replace and repair all that, charge your battery. It has all the checklists as you expect. And this currently is the 1.0. There's not, considering it's the designer's first aircraft, it's really polished. It looks great. The interior, especially when you zoom in, that looks really great. And there's no major bugs, or I haven't run across anything that's showstoppers. About the only one is the audio, which is part of the reason why like that truck was probably super loud, is I do have the game's audio up so you can hear it, because the aircraft's audio is very quiet right now. Even external views, it's pretty quiet. So, but that's on the radar to get fixed in the first couple patches. There's also no passengers or pilot models. Again, those will be added soon. They wanted to get the aircraft squared away before they branched into making people. All right, so let's start this thing up. Just so I don't miss any major steps, we will use a checklist. A lot of it's pretty straightforward. The first couple of times I didn't even use the checklist. So I don't think my switch panel actually works with this one yet. It's too new and that script hasn't been updated. So we got our pre-flight. Yeah. Here we go. All in here. So bleed air, let's turn off this. The bleed air is off. So you pull it. All right. Parking brake set. We can check all these. We did the doors. Power levels at idle. Conditioner is at cutoff. Dimmer switch on. Okay. It's interesting. Why aren't my
TOS system test okay?
Not sure why my screens aren't coming up. What did I skip here? Flaps are up. I wonder what I'm doing wrong. It figures. This is what happens when I stream. My audio doesn't work, or there's something going on with the aircraft itself. What did I forget? Okay, pre-flight reset. Yep. All switches off. Okay. All lights off. Parking brake is set. Bleed air is off.
TOS system test
Let's
okay.
see, there's something on. That's off. That's all off. Power level is idle. That's back. Dimmer switch on. Yeah, see, they're not coming up. Battery on. Well, damn it. It figures. All right, well, we'll do it the hard way then. Or we'll do it the easy way, I guess. We'll just have the engines already running. So I was going to say that normally this thing starts right up. It's super simple. I almost wonder if it was too simple, but obviously it's not because I can't figure out how to get it going this morning. But let's see what happens here.
TOS system test okay.
Okay. So here's an example of even outside, we're looking right down the exhaust pipe and it's very quiet. Sounds good, it's just very quiet. Here we are inside. We'll put this guy away. All right. We need the avionics on. And throw on the pitot heat, nav lights, strobes. This is up. And we want enter. There we go. Okay. Where's our windsock? I think it's over here. I don't think we can see it. The wind this morning Yeah, we'll use the main runway here to take off. 10 knot wind out of the east. Alright, let's release the brake. I had accidentally last night, I had left the brake on. I had activated it during flight somehow. And here's our gear. We want to put this on. I kind of don't like how X-Plane does the switches. Sometimes I wish you could just click the switch. There we go. And we want our air conditioning on. I don't know if these are actually working. Alright. Oop. Shoot, and we are rolling. That was close. Took off that brake. One thing I don't have set up yet, I don't have the beta range and reverse pitch prop stuff yet set up. So that's why we were rolling, was we were at idle, but not in beta. So normally the taxi, I guess, it sounds like you put it in beta, and that's enough to have you pulling around without really accelerating, because otherwise, yeah, you kind of ride the brakes a lot. But that is a me issue, not a plane issue. We're at Grand Junction, Colorado. This is Grand Junction Regional. This is a scenery pack, by the way, so there's a lot more buildings and parking lots and signage and things that aren't in the default game. And I'm running map enhancement for my scenery boost, along with Sim Heaven's roads and buildings and stuff. Excuse me. My radio stack isn't working. That's okay though, because really all I have is the I have the ATC chatter, but to be honest, it's a little too busy, and since the sounds are already a little hard to hear, it would drown them out. I'm just going to fly around the pattern here, mainly so you get to see and hear the plane. But yeah, it's a very, very nice plane. It looks great. I'm really impressed with how good it looks. Very long taxiway. Alright. I wonder what I was doing wrong earlier with not getting any power. It does save, although I didn't save the state of the aircraft when I got out of it last time I flew, but maybe I left the switch on or something that had dead battery or something, I don't know. I suppose it doesn't matter a whole lot. And you guys know how the ATC is, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Would like to have some. It's not bad. I don't know. It's like MSFF's 2020s. I feel is a little too basic. They're just kind of like, you're cleared to take off, go. You're cleared to land, and But X-Plane, I think, tries a little too hard to do everything, and then that's when you get the tours of the county when you're just trying to do a straight-in VFR approach, All right. I've got 10 degrees of flaps. I am, from the checklist, we're going to put in a couple degrees of right rudder. And, alright, let's get another external shot here real quick with it sitting on the runway. So, you can see all the reflections in the wings are really nice. Some people say it's too shiny. I don't know. I like it. It's an expensive airplane. It should look nice. Alright, here we go. Takes a little bit to spool her up. There she goes. And they're supposed to be working on the ground handling on the X-Plane side. So I'm looking forward to that because, yeah, it always feels like you're just kind of sliding on ice in these planes. Any of them, not this one, just in general. Whoa. The pitch is a little sensitive. I don't know how realistic that is. It feels like it's instant. The roll feels really good. We're going to take the torque back to about, I think it's around 900 or so. As you can tell, I'm an expert in this aircraft. Oh, let's get that gear up. It's up. Let's bring in some trim. Oh, I've got too much. You want to have this about halfway. Had I gone through all the proper checklists and startup procedures, that wouldn't have been a problem. It seems to require a lot of trim. There we go, a little bit to the right. Okay. So here we are flying around. Looks pretty good. I wonder if they actually do a right-hand pattern here with these mountains over here. Probably. A little steep on my turn there. And towards these plateaus. Grand Junction's an interesting place. I drove out there from Kansas City decades ago. And, you know, you're driving I-70 through the mountains and valleys and everything, and then you come out here into the Grand Valley, and you're just like, wow, quite the change into Grand Junction. This big valley, this big bowl. All right. Okay. I'm not huge into the G1000, the X1000 system, the glass cockpit. I love the idea of it. It does so much. It's got everything in it. It's got all the advanced autopilot stuff and all that. So I'm looking forward to learning it in this aircraft. I've got some other planes with it, of course, that have it, both default planes as well as some that I've aftermarket planes, you know. Oops, I still have my flaps up. Man, I apologize. I am all over the place. Another reason I probably don't strain that much. I'm trying to do the streaming thing instead of flying my airplane. Okay, there we go. Right about the end. This B-pillar is like right in your way. There we go. Okay. Alright, our speeds. Gear down at 166, which we're right at, so we can actually pull back a little bit more. Start our descent. That's kind of a pain. You can't really see over your shoulder. Alright. Pull this on back a bit. We're going to bring our gear down. But yeah, it's a really nice plane. Oh, that's what I was saying. I'm kind of hoping maybe they'll do an analog upgrade, downgrade, however you want to think of it. I mean, I know this particular aircraft, the old ones that weren't turboprops, they had analog, but I don't know if any of the turboprops, if they were all glass cockpits or not. So, and bring in some flap. We're going to be on a long final here. Yeah, I think once they boost the sounds. Oh, and by the way, so yeah, you see the headphones there. I'm not wearing the headphones right now, and it's this quiet. When you actually click the headphones, it's dead silent. So, but like I mentioned, they'll get that fixed here before long. Another 10 degrees of flaps. I'm way out. And I'm slow. Wow, I'm only at 80. I gotta get the speed up because it seems to like to land around 85 or so. The streaming thing is interesting. I might have to. I want to return to doing my cool and unusual airports. I'm gonna do one on Grand Junction. Mainly just because I think it's a very cool looking area, and the airport itself is very nice with the scenery pack. but I've got quite a few of those videos lined up to do. I got a little burned out when I was doing them before. I did a whole bunch of them, and I did about 10, and I probably got 10 more I could do. And I got a bunch of plans. I've got this one now to do, the M500. I've got the Seneca II, hasn't been featured in any of those videos yet. I've got the Turbo Aero 3, which I've done a couple flights in, but I don't think I actually have any. There's one video, I think, with it in the cross country. And of course, there's all the default planes. And I want to do a longer haul, like maybe KC to Denver in the 146, the little chibi Galaxy. I need to pay attention here. I'm going to crash and stall out. Bring in a little more throttle. Because once again, I'm slow. We're doing okay though, I think. We're just really slow. A little high. And final notch of flaps to do that elevator effect and get us down lower here without accelerating a whole lot. In fact, we're decelerating as we're dropping here. There we go. Looks like there's snow on the ground, but I think it's just desert sands. Because this is real time, real weather. So yeah, we had that stiff breeze out of the east, and it's already like 70 degrees out there this morning. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that brake's not on again. Alright, now we'll chop the throttle. Oh, that wasn't too bad. A little flat, but could have held that flare longer. Okay, not too bad. This time I didn't spin out, almost slide off the runway with my brakes on. So we will take advantage of being on the runway here to get a little bit closer down here to the tower. Yeah, I mean, you can hear the birds outside. But like I said, he's been very responsive and taking the bugs that people have been finding and all that. So they will have a patch out pretty soon, I would imagine. Is this yeah, this is a runway, taxiway. I do have Just Flight's real traffic, world traffic. I think it's world traffic. So I do have to watch for planes, although there's not a whole lot going on this morning. Although, again, this is out in Colorado, so it's 8:30 out there, so there would be some air traffic going on. Dang it, my throat is all dry this morning. Anyways, hopefully this video is much better than my silent film from yesterday. Again, I don't know what was going on this morning, what button I wasn't hitting, but that was odd. I'm sure it's me and not the aircraft. So, and this video should be quite a bit shorter as far as just being able to watch it. The one yesterday was about 45 minutes, so this one should be a lot shorter, which is fine. And like I said, I'm going to try to get something done here for maybe this weekend. Another airport video, or maybe I'll just continue to fly this and get used to it, familiarize myself with it. That's weird. Look at the prop discs on these. And they don't have any skins on them. These are probably from the real traffic add-on, which is a neat add-on. The only thing I don't like about it is, yeah, sometimes you don't really have skins and stuff on them. So our flaps are up. That's off. We want to pull on the brakes. Oh, also you can probably hear me physically moving my rudder pedals. There's no animation on that, on the pedals. But again, they'll have that fixed soon. I think they said it was fixed and then they discovered a problem with it. But yeah, it's a very nice airplane. I think it's well worth it. It's on the xplane.org site. I don't think they have their own storefront. So there you go. We'll shut her down here in my standard, not following the processes, so that way I can have some random switch on that will drain my battery or whatever happened earlier. And we'll shut the switches off. All right. I think I'm going to leave it where it's at because I plan on, excuse me, plan on flying later. What is coming around us here? Oh yeah, fuel truck. But there you go. The Piper PA-46 M500 Turboprop. It's very cool. Like I said, it's $45. It's well worth your money, and definitely one of the better aircraft, you know. And like I said, considering it was his first airplane, it's amazing. So I look forward. He's hinted that he's already got his next project in mind and stuff, and then so I'm looking forward to that, as well as, of course, watching the M500 here get further development and improvements and features, like he was talking about, maybe having a 5-bladed prop. Be great to have some analog. It doesn't even have to be the whole thing, but you know, I think for me it's just the constant zooming in and out to be able to read the X1000. That kind of does it in for me, because I'm sure in a real airplane, when you're right there, it's fantastic. I'd like to ride in one sometime. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and watch that fuel truck crash into me. And I hope you all have a good day, and let me know if you picked this up or if you're planning on picking it up. And I'll see you guys in the pattern. Bye.